Hi, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to be going over some of the basics of the community so that you can get the most out of your Real Media Group membership. So, we're going to start super simple by just kind of going over the basics about the profile and your wall. So, similar to Facebook, your profile has a profile picture, a cover photo, and the other thing that it has that's super important is a social media section. We live in a total social media driven world. And this is how other members are going to be able to keep up with what you're doing, stories you're working on. So, whatever it is that you have, Twitter, Facebook, if it's a YouTube channel, website, put it in there so other members can see what you're doing. Also, in the profile section is this area called Base. This is the name that you're going to go by in the community. Mine says Paige Jones, student intern, but for everyone at a station, you should put your name and then your station's letters so people know where you're at and where you're coming from. So now that you've gotten a good look at kind of the profile and how you set this up, we're going to take a look at the wall and at your newsfeed. So it's really important to keep in mind that unlike Facebook, this community does not have thread notifications yet. What that means is if you're wanting to, reply to someone, or if you want to get in contact with a coach or an ambassador to get feedback on your story, you have to use the @ symbol and then put in their username. So if I'm commenting on Marin's story, I would say @Marin, great story. And that way she's going to get the notification and she's going to be able to reply to me. The next thing I'm going to go over is the messages. So for messaging, you just click on your messages tab and it will bring you right to your inbox. And you'll get a notification when people message you over email as well. So when writing a message, it's super important to have all of your fields filled out or else it will not send. I usually forget about the subject field because I kind of never put subject fields in, but on this specific site, make sure to put your subject there or else it won't go through. So that is the messaging system. So the next thing that we're going to look at is the groups. So your groups will pop up on the right-hand side of your screen. Depending on the type of membership you have, you will be admitted into different ones. So we're just going to look at the all-member group for an example. And the groups are really great because you can get notifications about what's been going on, if there's any sort of event happening that week. And it's also just another place to interact if you didn't want to post on someone's wall or in the newsfeed. And similar to the newsfeed and on the wall, like everything else, if you're looking to get feedback, make sure to tag a friend, a coach, or an ambassador so they can get that notification and reply to you as soon as possible. So those are some of the basics of the site. After a while, it gets super easy to navigate and to use. Some other things to keep in mind, we have the most liked activity tab over here. So those are things that are getting, a lot of attention. Something that I like to kind of always check up on is if you go back to profile, you can see the members over here. And I like to check out, who's new to the site. You can welcome them, say, hey, what's up? What brought you here? You can also see who's popular, who has a lot of friends. That probably means that they've been around for a while. And yeah, that's kind of the overview. But the biggest things to keep in mind are add your social media, constantly update your wall with stories and with content, and engage in groups, and always use the @ symbol because that is what's going to get other members to see your notifications.